Hi guys, welcome to the Idea to Reality Project Series Episode 1. If you've not watched this before, pretty much what we do, we interview public figures, entrepreneurs, brands, athletes, you can name it, we interview them all and we find out about how they turn their ideas into reality. Our first episode today, we've got Ames Designs. She's a great artist. I'm not going to say too much, but yeah, just stay tuned and look out for more episodes coming up soon. Okay then, we're at the Idea to Reality Project series. We've got Amy here today. Yes. First of all, tell us about yourself, Amy.
My name's Amy and I actually go by the name Ames Designs. I'm 25 and I'm from Worcester and I'm an artist, I paint.
Okay, so tell us a bit about your journey so far and what you've been doing.
So I started doing some art when I just started uni, so I just finished college and I do like drawings and paintings for like friends and family. Okay. And then more and more people started to Facebook message me saying, can I have one of my kids or my brother or whatever, their pets and stuff. And so I kind of turned it into a business. And then it was like, yeah, sure, like you'd sell them for like 40, 50 quid. Yeah. But I ended up getting really busy. So I ended up making like a Facebook page and used my socials to.
So would you say it happened by accident?
Yeah, definitely happened by accident because my first painting was actually a project for college that I just did for a project, so it was definitely by accident.
Okay, so what's been your biggest challenge so far, like in regards to your journey and what you've been doing?
I think it's just to keep going when you feel like, it's not really getting anywhere, because you can sit in a place where you could be working for like a year and you're still, in this day and age, it's like I haven't got many followers or not many people like my stuff. But at that time, I don't think it was more about the followers and liking. It was like, how do you get to that next stage of if you wanted it to be the business? Mine was, what do I do next? I can't just paint for 40, 50 quid all day, every day. Okay. It was more like, how do I get to that next stage? That was quite hard. So
would you say your biggest platform is on what, social media?
Instagram, definitely and so on? Instagram, yeah. I think Instagram mainly because I accidentally got known by more influential people on there, so it's very easy to like tag. You
had to say who?
Yeah, so I actually started out with, do you know Miguel?
Yeah.
So like it was a few of them.
He's a musician, right? As a make sure it's the right person. Yeah, okay.
Miguel. And his fiance, wife, I don't know if they're together or whatever, but this was like right at the start. But he was like a big person that I always used to listen to. I think he had just started his career really then. It was like, I think it was in 2012. Yeah. And he noticed my art, and then, when you start getting famous people like your stuff, you think, oh, like, it gives you a bit of a
So when
push.
you say, did it message her at the blue?
Yeah, he didn't, his girlfriend did.
Okay.
And then we went to email, and then I basically they commissioned me to do a painting of those two. So that kind of started it off. And then I was in California for a holiday, and I was painting over there as well, just to get known more. But then Rihanna. She I actually don't know how she found, maybe someone like reposted me or reposted a picture and she followed.
How many followers did you have at that point?
Like 250.
250, literally?
Yeah, like I used to post pictures of my dogs and of cups of teas and stuff. So there was really nothing on my Instagram that like would be a reason for Rihanna to post. I think I had like 3 or 4 paintings that were on there. And like what I did back then to what I can do now, like I would look at my work and be like, no, that's not actually that good, but
that's crazy, that is. So like you said you had 250 followers. Yeah. You have a lot of engagement where people are messaging you a lot. Like, out of the 250 followers, how many people were?
But what, When Rihanna followed, or
no, before. Like before Rihanna followed.
I had a few people like I didn't know what I thought. You know, they just were like, oh, this is cool, but not like a ridiculous amount.
So what would you say then? Okay, from your experience, because I know a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people think if they go on Instagram, they've got to have like this many followers to say that they're doing anything or to be credible. They think it's credible. Yeah. But you're at 250. And Rihanna decided to follow you just that out the blue. You're not sure how she came across you.
I think one of maybe like her fan pages, or maybe even a hashtag, because I did do a painting of Rihanna.
Yeah.
And so I no idea how she found me, but you definitely, I think maybe in this day and age, people do think, I say day and age, it's only been like a year or so, but people do think you need this big following before anyone can take you seriously. But everyone literally starts out with one follower.
Yeah, it's true. So tell us a story about Rihanna then. Okay, so she's contacted you, and then what happened next?
So she followed me on Instagram. I'd done one painting of her, and she wrote, "You're doper than dope," on that paint. I was like, "Oh, amazing, thanks." And so she followed me for about a year. She used to just, from that follow, it made me really want to do some art, because thinking, oh, Rihanna actually
what was
thinks
going
I'm
through your mind at that point? Like I mean, you're a fan of Rihanna.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of, huge fan. So I was running around the house screaming at the time, like, oh my God, Rihanna. Like everyone was like, it's not Rihanna. It's obviously someone. It's not Rihanna. I was like, it is Rihanna. I'm telling you it's Rihanna. I don't even think they had verified ticks back then, so you probably wouldn't even know on Instagram, but it was Rihanna.
Yeah.
But that gave me a big push to like, maybe I am talented and I can go do something with this.
Yeah.
So she just commented, I think she was following me now for about a year, and she just kept commenting like, oh, this is sick, I love this. Or like, I did like this lips painting, which I ended up putting on a few t-shirts and sweatshirts, which everyone loved. And then randomly she followed me on Twitter, because you couldn't DM on Instagram at this point.
Okay, so it's early stages of Instagram.
This is early stages of Instagram. So then when she followed me on Twitter, I was like, oh, she wants to talk.
Okay, so
then she slid into my DMs. Like, I was like, oh, I just literally lost it. I was like, this is just insane. But she was like, I really want that painting. I did one, and it's kind of like a Vogue painting, but it was of her. I think it was her Rolling Stones photo shoot, and it was just an eye, a nose, like literally the simplest painting with some
Would you say that's one of your, at that point, would you say that's one of your best paintings, your best ones, or just something you just did?
Do you know what? It was actually an unfinished painting, but I posted it, and she put, she actually commented saying, "Stop selling my shit, I need this."
Oh.
So she was like so brutal. So then obviously I messaged her and I said, oh, well, I want to meet you. She's like, I want to meet you too. And then I said, well, I got a whole, she's at this point, she's like written, I want this on like 5 paintings. I'm like, so
you're thinking you're rich.
Yeah, how am I going to get this to you? Like, let's make this happen. And then she was like, she actually messaged me saying, I'm glad you didn't forget about me. Like, I don't know how I'm going to forget about Rihanna, but messaging. But then she was on tour doing a Diamonds World Tour, and she literally messaged me the night before one of her shows and said, can you come to Manchester?
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I can.
Yeah, you will.
Literally, I was there like that night. I was actually going to Switzerland literally the next day, so it was a very long, we were going to Art Basel, so, but yeah, no, it was amazing, but obviously she gave me the tickets, so I didn't have any tickets to go down there, so it was all very like, I was prepared to it just not work out, but I didn't want to not be there in case it did happen. So when I went to get the tickets, they were like, who gave you the tickets? And I was like, Rihanna. And they were like, no, you're here to see Rihanna. Who gave you the tickets?
You're like,
But they were there, so we got in. But then they wouldn't let me in with the painting. Then she had to get a security out. Like, it was a mission, but it was worth it.
Okay, then so she got you met her? You actually met her?
Yeah, we met her.
She got the work.
She got it. We just chilled backstage for a bit, and then
What do you talk about? Like, what is it? What goes on in there? Like, so obviously, everybody would want to hear like what happened, experience.
Well, we had to wait obviously for everyone to leave the stadium. Then we went backstage. Then we had to go through loads of other security just to get there. And then she was obviously on a high from being on, like she was buzzing from the show because it was a really good. I think it was like sold out show. So she was like really happy. The vibe was like, I was just so starstruck at the time, like I didn't know what to do, but she was at the other side of the corridor, And I went really quiet, like I was like, I didn't want to shout or like say anything, so I literally just stood there like, and she went, "Is that Amy?" And then she ran from one side of the corridor, like I'll never forget it. And then I was like, yeah, and then like we kind of like
in the movies.
Yeah, we did like this spinny hug, and I was like, oh my God, what is going on? But it was amazing. So, and we just chilled, and I think her brother was there, her boss, and her best friend. So we were just chilling. I was just there like smiling because I didn't really know what to say, but just saying thank you so much. Like she knows what she did for me. At the time as well. She knew that she was opening loads and loads of doors for me. So
it's crazy. Anything else? Any other people you've come across? Any other stories? Crazy stories?
Yeah, I did. Then from the Rihanna Trey, like it was all over the page. Well, it wasn't all over.
How did your Instagram change after that? Just before I go any further.
I posted the picture of me and Rihanna because like no one actually believed that it was going to happen.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And then it did. I posted the picture up, and then I had thousands of people following, thousands of people messaging saying, "Can you get this to Rihanna? Can you do this for trying to get in as well?" But my website hits went up. People wanted my T-shirts. It definitely helped. It definitely helped the business. But it just made. I think that was my point of it's gonna go like fun. And then Trey Songz followed. I didn't actually see him follow me. Because it just went crazy, and then someone screenshotted saying I hate you, and I was I hate you, they were a fan of Trey, and then I ended up doing a painting for Trey.
Yeah,
so that went from there.
What happened from there? Like, so did you meet him, or did you
so with Trey, he messaged saying I want a piece. I think I did a drawing of him, and then he was like, oh, I really want a painting, so I did a painting. And then he says he was on tour with Nicki Minaj at the time, and he was in Birmingham, and he said, can you bring, it was basically like the same kind of story. He's like, can you bring it, I'll get you backstage and you can bring it. And literally the night before he went, can I commission you to do one for Nicki? And I was like, yeah, but I've got literally 24 hours to do this painting, so I did it. And then, so I went to Birmingham and I met him. I took my friend and I met him, and I gave him, again, it was another situation, like they didn't let me take the paintings in. We had to go through security. I just looked like a crazy fangirl, like walking around with these paintings, but I was like, I actually didn't care.
But at this point, you've already experienced it once, so you're saying this definitely
can't work again. I just didn't, like, you always think, oh, I don't, like my friend, I took my friend with me and I was like, I'm really sorry, but you're gonna look like a fangirl here, like carrying this painting, but you don't have to do it for me. You don't have to come with me, but I don't care what people think of me, so. And she was like, no, I don't care, like we're gonna go meet, Trey Songz, Nicki Minaj, like it's all part of it. So we did, and then, so anyway, I gave him the painting and then I gave Nicki's, he absolutely loved it. And then that was that, but they had their last tour date in Glasgow. Yeah. And he said, why don't you come to Glasgow? And I was like, why? He's like, 'cause I'm gonna give Nicki the painting, like backstage, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. So I booked my flights, we went, I call her my little sister, but she's not actually my little sister, but I took her. And because she was a big fan of Trey. And so anyway, we got there, and just before it finished, he messaged saying, make sure you're watching the stage. Okay. And I was like, because I just thought, it's just going to be another backstage.
Is it on DM? We messaged you like
I know, text message.
And text. So you got numbers and all sorts.
Yeah. And he texted me saying, make sure you're watching the stage. And I was like, obviously I'm. But I was like, yeah. So I was watching, and then the next thing I know, he's come out with the painting. And he's like shouted me out to all, like, there's like 5,000 people here. And wow. Like when like the room just goes all quiet, but like there's so much noise. But I was like, what is going on? Like, this is actually insane. Like, he's just given my painting to Nicki Minaj. Like,
crazy, it was just exposure.
Insane. Yeah, it was mental. So that was another one.
So there's all that's happened. I mean, did he actually tell you how he came across you? Did you have that conversation?
Yeah, no, he said, I found you from Rihanna.
Okay, so it shows that they talk to each other, or he might have followed it, so he just opened other doors and so on. But
then another thing was I did a painting at Nouveau. I did a live painting in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And I did a paint, it was of Drake. And then the next thing I know, I was doing this pop-up shop and then someone tagged me in it and Drake had reposted the Drake painting on his Instagram. He didn't tag me, but it's fine, everyone was tagging me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how they come across it. I don't know whether I've just got a really lucky Instagram or, you know, it's...
Well, cool, but
they're talking, I don't know.
It proves that there's no there's no theory to it, it's just...
It's literally just do the work, put it out there.
But would you say you're consistent in what you're doing? At that point, was you consistent?
Yes, like, I always say to people, they're like, oh yeah, but you made your career because Rihanna made it. She definitely helped me in a way, but it took me 4 years to get to Rihanna.
Okay.
So I had to constantly paint, I had to constantly draw. Without having 5,000 million followers or whatever, with 250 followers, with 4 likes a photo, I still did my drawing.
But you still did your drawings, not even knowing that you're going to get the opportunity?
Never in a million years would I think. Did I start out and go, yeah, Rihanna wants my wants a painting of mine, a piece of mine. So.
Wow. So what would you say is your greatest achievement so far? Would you say it's that, or is it what would you consider?
I think the whole Rihanna meeting idols is a huge achievement for me. But I think actually setting up a business and being able to, you know, live my dream, as in like turn a hobby into a job, I think that's a really big achievement for me. And then all the the nice things come with it by meeting your idols and stuff. So.
Okay. Was it hard? Was that hard transition, like turning, like, I mean, obviously your hobby, and then you've got the business side to it, so that would include like understanding your finances.
Yeah, that was hard, but you just learn as you go on. Because people say, oh, have you ever done a business? Because I have another business. How do you do it? Do you have a business degree? I literally just say yes and then learn when I'm doing it. It's not like, oh, I don't know how to do it, so I'm not going to do it. Because to be honest, if you actually saw my drawing in college, it was terrible. So it's like, if you enjoy something and you keep doing it, you're just going to get better at it anyway. I honestly think that anyone could draw if they actually wanted to.
I'm all right at drawing, but I don't think I draw.
But if you did it as much as I did it, then you'd be good at it.
Yeah, I guess you
like
put
with
the work in
anything.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got a great achievement so far. You've met celebrities. You've had the exposure. Your business is going well. I mean, what would your advice be to the next generation, the people that are listening, if you had to give them one piece of advice?
Do not care how many followers you got. Do not care how many likes you got. Do not care even what people think, because so many people would say, well, it's not really going to get, you know, you need a real job. And I'm like, no, this is a real job because I created it.
Yeah.
So you're always going to have people say, you know, it's not going to work out, but just work hard, and things don't happen overnight. Everyone thinks it happens overnight. It doesn't. Like, even though like the Rihanna thing might have happened overnight in everyone else's eyes, but like I said, it took me 4 years to get to that.
Yeah.
So that's it.
So it's be persistent, what you're
doing. Patient,
patient,
and passionate. Because if you're not enjoying it, then you're not going to be persistent.
Okay, and who would you say is your biggest inspiration in life so far, whether it's a celebrity or family or what?
I have so many different people that inspire me, like even just from my friends. I have a friend who I went to uni with. I actually dropped out of uni, and he always says that I was a bad influence to him because like he didn't end up doing very well because we were just both doing our own thing. Because I was like, he's a really good 3D artist. It's called Mr. A, MRE. He's from Birmingham, so we both went to the uni, and I was like, you're just so talented in what you do, like you need to put it out there as well.
Yeah.
So he was a huge inspiration to me. And just, obviously I like, so have you ever heard of Gary Vee?
Yeah.
So people like him, they really inspire me, but I don't have anyone.
What is it about them that inspire you though? I mean, like, because he's an older guy, isn't he? So what is it about him that you find?
Just that he's so open with what he does, and he just works hard every day. He doesn't care what people think of him, and it's just like, I'm just going to get it done. I'm going to do it. If it doesn't work out, okay, on to the next.
Would you say that's one of the things that hold people back nowadays? Is that
definitely? It's like, I'm scared what people think of me, or you know, things don't always work out. So they're like, oh well, I look like a failure, and you're never a failure unless you give up.
Yeah.
Like even if you've like got nothing, you still haven't failed unless you've given up.
Okay, it's true. I agree. I agree.
Good.
Okay, so why do you think the Idea Tyrion is a good project for students?
I think it's really good just because people can see, or the students can see, how many different, like everyone's story is so different.
Yeah.
And everyone can make it in the end if they really try. And every person on this Ideas to Reality has their own story. They're all going to be very, really influential and inspiring as well. So, and I think it's really good to look at what other people can do, how they got there, what they've achieved.
Yeah.
Because everyone has their own way of doing it. Like the way I've done my art, someone else probably has the same business idea, but their story would be completely different. So it is good to see.
What would you say makes you different about any other one everyone else is doing out there? Just going to throw it out there, you know, it's got to be something.
I think it's just, I've always just done what I want to do. I've never tried to, I've never done something because it's what people want.
Yeah.
And it's like, people will say you're lucky that people want what I've done, but then I don't know if that's luck or whether it's just, I don't know. I don't know why I'm different. I just always just do what I want to do, and if people like it, then they do. If they don't, they don't.
Okay.
I don't,
All right, and so that's coming to the end of our interview.
Yes.
I've also got a little game we're going to do. It's some quick fire questions. So just answer it within 3 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, so be prepared. Okay, and so first question, Rihanna or Drake?
Rihanna.
Second question, painting or drawing?
Drawing now.
Drawing now.
At the moment, yeah.
Okay, then Instagram or Snapchat?
Instagram.
Okay. Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Okay. Corporate high-paid salary job or self-employed?
Self-employed all the way.
Okay then. So yeah, we've come to the end of the interview. How can people contact you?
You can find me at Ames Designs, at AYMS Designs.
Yeah.
Or you can go on my website, amydaignan.com. Should I spell that out?
Yes, we're going to spell it out and I'll put it at the bottom too.
It's Amy Daignan, so it's AYMIDUIGNAN.com.
Okay, and anything else you'd like to say?
No, just keep working hard and that's it. You'll get to where you want to be eventually.
Okay, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So yeah, we'll be back soon with our second episode and we'll see you soon. So that's the end of episode 1. Just interviewed Aim Designs. Crazy interview. She's done loads. Done stuff for Rihanna, Drake, Trey Songz. It's a madness, man. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for our second episode coming soon. So I'll see you soon, people.
Engineered.